beautiful people, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Leonie Bay and I am a mother to twin beautiful boys. So in today's video I will be showing you 3 ways on how to sterilize your baby bottles. So if you are a new mom and you just came back home from the hospital and you are not sure where to start, we have all been there before. So in this video I'll show you 3 different ways. The first one is by using the Papa Blick baby bottle sterilizer. The second way is by using boiling water, and then the third way is by using Dr. Brown microwave steam sterilizing bags. So let us get over to these. This is the first thing we'll be using, the Papa Blick baby bottle sterilizer. But before we sterilize our baby bottles, we want to make sure our baby bottles are clean. So to wash your bottles, you use warm water and a little bit of dish soap. You just put it in the water, and then you make sure to take off all the parts of your bottle. So we take the nipple out. You take this is the brush I'll be using to wash my bottles. So you just put this, you make sure to scrub, and then you scrub the outside of your bottle as well. And then for the little bottle pads, you use this little brush. It comes with most of the bottles. You just put it in here and you scrub just to make sure to take off the extra formula that gets stick inside. And then your nipples, you use this and then make sure to scrub the nipples from inside and squeeze. Scrub. And then these, you also make sure to wash from inside like you see me do. And then these little pads, this is the Dr. Brown bottles. You see it has little holes like these. Make sure to do this, because formula sometimes can get stuck in this little holes. You see? So now that our bottles are clean, we are going to put it in the Papa Blick bottle sterilizer. So the sterilizer has a top rack like you see here. This is where your nipples and your bottle pads go, and then it has the insert where you put in the bottles. And then it has a little compartment on the bottom where you put in distilled water. If you see, I already have my distilled water. You just put in just enough water that can fill this little part. Make sure to use distilled water because that is what is recommended. But sometimes I usually just use regular water if I run out of distilled water. So I already have my distilled water in there. I'm just gonna put this on, and then I'll fill this part with my bottles. I'll slam the bottles just to make sure that my sterilizer closes, because these longer bottles sometimes it's hard to close. And then fill the top rack with the parts. This is where you put your nipples. Do everything, and then put the top on. Oops. And then I'll put it on. Alright, so there we go. We're ready to sterilize. So I'm gonna turn the sterilizer on from here. If you can see here. So this, it has like 3 settings. From here to here is just to sterilize your bottles, and then from here to here is to dry your bottles. This is one thing I love about this bottle sterilizer, is it sterilizes your bottles and dries them too. So I'm just gonna turn it on. You see how the light comes on? I'm just gonna turn it on to the part that wants me to dry it up, and then I'll just let it sit. This is gonna run for 45 minutes, and after 45 minutes we are ready and our bottles are clean. So I'll get back to you. So this is how it looks in the process. You can see it's actually sterilizing right now. So it is all done. You see here our pads are all dry and ready to be used. show you the bottle. Your bottle is dry and ready to be used. So yeah. So the second way to sterilize our bottles is to use boiling water. And of course, we need a pot, a little pot like this. Depending on the quantity of your bottles, you can use a bigger pot. But in this case, our bottles are not so many. So I'm just going to use a small pot like this. I'll put water in the pot and let the water start boiling. Once the water starts boiling, I'm going to put in my clean bottles. The bottles that we just washed, I'll put in my clean bottles in there. So let's just keep the water and wait for it to boil. And so now that our water is boiling, we will put our clean bottles into the boiling water. Oops. Like this, like this. Oops. And then I'll let the bottles boil first. It's normally recommended to boil for about 5 to 10 minutes. Really hot. So after 3 minutes, I'm just gonna use this to turn the bottles around like this. So also make sure to dip in the bottle so the hot water gets into the bottle, because it's the heat that actually sterilizes the bottle. So you see how that is going. And now our bottles have been boiling for 3 minutes, so I will take them out. So I'll gently take the bottles out and put on my drying rack. Oops. Be careful, guys, so you don't, because this water is really hot. And now I'm gonna put in my bottle pads. I usually sterilize them separately, bottles first and then the pads after. Alright, so I will let the bottle pads boil for about 3 minutes as well. After it boils, I can just turn it around like this, and then I'll let it boil. So our pads have been boiling for 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna take it out gently like I did with the bottles. So I'm gonna actually turn the flame off. Yes. Put on the drying rack. Just gonna let my bottles dry, and then when I'm ready to use, I will take them and use. So the last way to sterilize our baby bottles is by using the Dr. Brown microwave steam sterilizing bags. So I already took out one of the bags. This is how the bags look. So in this box, it comes 5 reusable bags, and you can use one bag up to 20 times. So I can use this bag up to 20 times before I can throw it away. So it's a good thing to use if you're going out with your babies and you need to sterilize your bottles. You can just put 1 or 2 bottles in here and sterilize. Or if you have to use like a bottle real quick and maybe all your bottles are dirty, this is a very fast and quick way to sterilize baby bottles. So in the bag we'll put in 60 cc's of water. So you can just take your baby bottle and measure up to 60 ml of water. You pour in the bag, and then our clean bottles, you put it in. We're just gonna sterilize 1 bottle for now, and then we can put in the parts like the nipple and the top. Let me just add 1 more nipple. So once you have everything in the bag, you tightly seal the bag like this. So you tightly seal the back. Once your back has been tightly sealed, you put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, you take your back out, and after 3 minutes, it's really hot, so you be careful how you take your back out. So let's put it in the microwave. I'm gonna put it for 3 minutes. Okay. After 3 minutes, you have to gently take the back out. Like this. Make sure to hold it like this, and then we're gonna pour in the sink, water in the sink like this. So you be careful to gently open the back. It's kind of hot, so if you need to use your bottles right away, you can, you know, just let it cool for a little bit and you use it. But if not, you can just take it out like this and let it dry. Let it dry and then we're ready to use. Alright, so those are 3 different ways you can use to sterilize your bottles at home. So for me personally, I prefer using the Papa Blick bottle sterilizer. Reason being that it doesn't only sterilize your bottles, but it dries them at the same time. So you're always ready to have a clean and dry bottle to use. For me, when I had my babies, when I used the Papa Blick bottle most of the time, I had so many bottles because I had twins. So I usually just wash my babies' bottles at the end of the day. I usually just feed in all the bottles in the Papa Blick bottle sterilizer at the end of the day. After their last feeding, I wash everything, put it in the Papa Blick bottle sterilizer, turn it up, and after 45 minutes it's done, and I'm sleeping. I don't have to wait for it to be done. By the time we are up and ready to feed, we have a dry and clean bottle ready. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you cannot, maybe, you know, afford a Papa Blick bottle sterilizer, you can buy a special pot and reserve it just for boiling and sterilizing your baby's bottles. So that's another way that you don't have to, you know, spend. You just need to buy the pot, or if you already have a pot in the house, that's a good one. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to click on the notification bell so whenever I post a new video, you get a notification and come watch. So I will see you in my next video, and thank you so much for watching.